Guys, this is it. 15th and final race of what has been the most amazing WKG Racing League, and it is all or nothing today for the B's and C categories. Good afternoon everybody, and welcome to vlog number 99. Didn't quite get to 100. I did mean to go out and do my little track stand video, but weather's not been great, work's been quite busy-ish, and oh, dropped the glove, and yeah, not had a chance. So we're on the starting grid. In fact, we've only got 8 minutes, so I'm going to keep this short. I've got to jump on. I've done my warm-up. Final race. My concentration for me is holding on to 4th place in the league today, which is made easier by the fact that Jim Pocock isn't able to ride, but I've seen Darren Hunter is there, and there's some interesting names. Darren has got O'Crit in his name. We've got Padron de Critter, but Darren I think is my main threat to taking my 4th spot away from me in the C category. Obviously from everybody else's point of view, the main focus here is the top of the B's and the top of the C's. We've got Catherine and Keith Denton and Brett Smith fighting for superiority and the honours in the B's. Then we've got Peter Wilson and Len Capel fighting for the C category. I can see Peter's there. I can't see Len yet. I'm just keeping my fingers crossed with 7 minutes to go that he does turn up for this race, because that would be a real anticlimax. But I've got to say, I'm really nervous. I'm excited. Obviously, it's my first race on the Drivo. I'll hold my hands up. I've set the realism to 50% following my pitiful FTP test the other day. So I'm at 50% realism. It's a flat course anyway, so the gradients shouldn't be too much of a problem. But it's actually more, and this is genuine, it's more me just trying to get used to the pedal stroke and everything. So if I do manage to take 4th place and anyone feels that I deserve a disqualification, you can submit a formal appeal to the WKG commissaires, and I have a feeling I know what they'll say, but by all means send your complaints through. Anyway, really exciting stuff. I'm proper nervous. This is not good, and I know I'm going to be. This is really bad. I've got a feeling I'm going to be on the verge of tears at the end of this. It's been such an exciting league. I know the Winter League is only around the corner, so we haven't got long to wait for the next one, but the spirit I've just been choked up by everybody's involvement and the spirit at which it's been done this whole season. So this could be quite emotional. But anyway, I'm getting on. Got to set up my microphone. I've only got 5-6 minutes to go, so I'll be back when it's green light time. That didn't take as long as I thought, getting my camera and everything sorted. So on the grid, 4 minutes to go. Oh, gloves. There's always something. Somebody apparently is on a TT bike. I can't see who that is at the moment, but I really do not want to be having to disqualify anybody. I'm hoping it's one of the non-league racers. Hey, Joe Harvey, just seen you pop up. Great to see you, my friend. And Thomas Horan and M Lyons. Thomas Horan, if you recall, he's not a league racer, but the last race I can think of him in, he won it with a really strong performance. Craig Sharp, all the way out of Canada. Great stuff. Aha, and the main players have arrived. Mr. Brett Smith is in there. Mr. Len Capel is in there. Mrs. Catherine Denton is in there. Ah, liking this. Keith Denton I've already seen. Peter Wilson I've already seen. So the main contenders are all there. Mr. Inga Backman. Great to see you, buddy. So we've got 18 riders in here. Most of them look like league racers to me. There's maybe 1, 2, 3, 5 or 6 that aren't part of the league. So this is a closed circuit as well, this one today. So it's the first time I've requested it, but given the importance of this for so many, then it'd probably be prudent not to allow for any drafting off non-racers, etc. on the course. So, sorry, it's my watch. My watch has dialed automatically. Don't know if you saw that. I was leaning on something on my watch which dialed the emergency services. That's not good. Right, I'm going to take this off for this race. Save a bit of weight anyway. I will, little precursor with regards to the B category. Oh, Hans Summerson's jumped in. Good to see you, my man. Keith and Catherine Denton, they are doing the
Great North, is it called the Great North Run? It's a half marathon. They're both doing that tomorrow, so they will not be on full charge today. It's going to take some serious restraint not to attack, to try and defend the winning position in the B category. But I wish you both the best of luck in that race. Keith, incidentally, I've recently been informed, is one of only a handful of people that have competed in every single Great North Run since its inception, however many years ago that was. Sorry, Keith, I'm highlighting your age here, my friend, but that's an incredible achievement. So they're not really going to be pushing, so it will come down really to, if Brett just does what Brett does, that could be an easy one for the Bs. There are 5 bonus points for the best overall single lap time as well. Let me just wish everybody good luck. I'll start ramping up a little bit of power. Here we go. First race on the Elite Drivo. I'll let you know how it feels during the race. I still haven't set my bars properly. My hoods are far too low down. I need them up here somewhere. Right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we are off for the final WKG Racing League round. Crits all over. It's 10 laps of the Watopia Volcano counterclockwise circuit. Now my main hope for this is that everybody stays reliable in terms of their connections, both with ANT Plus and Wi-Fi and all the rest of it. Oh no, as soon as I say that, I can see Keith was on 0 watts at the back there. Oh dear, is he going? Is he going yet? I'm not sure he is. Catherine's going. I think Keith is left on the starting pen. And I've been detached from that main group already. I'm back here with Craig Sharp, Jay Liddell, Catherine Denton, and my main competition, Darren Hunter, 10 seconds up the road in that bunch. I'm not going to panic yet. I learnt my lesson going off far too fast in the FTP test, so I'm going to feel my way into this one, I think. Hey, Padron de Crit. Thanks for the ride on, buddy. Right, I put a bit of a kick in there just so that I could latch onto the back of M Lions and hopefully get drawn onto Craig Sharp and ultimately Darren Hunter. So I'm on Craig. Just going to get my breath back in the wheel a little bit for a while, and then see if we can push on to Darren. Rickard Johansson's here as well, 26 seconds up the road. I'm trying to think if he's able to take me in the C category. I think he can. So we've still got the front group, all the main players, with the exception of Mr. and Mrs. Denton, which kind of expected anyway, but I think Keith actually just had a major problem getting off the line. Now, Darren has dropped back. Now I think that was possibly a deliberate tactic. He's a bit of a sitting duck out there on his own, so that might not have been a bad move. Drop back and team up with this little bunch, a little bunch that I've been detached from momentarily. There we go, that should bring me nicely back into it. There we go. Oh, it's too hot for the hat already. It's got to go. Okay, I think we'll be coming up to start the first proper lap now. So this always works out about 46.5, 47 kilometres, something like that. 10 laps of this this circuit, with the run in from the start ramp added. I think I'm going to set about trying to pull Craig Sharp in a little bit. He's got a bit too comfortable up there at the moment. So that group, the front group, still staying tight all the way from Rickard Johansson through Padron, Peter Wilson, Inga Backman. Who else have we got there? Brian Roden, Brett Smith, Dave Crook. Hey, thank you Keith for the ride on. I have to try and have a look in a minute to see exactly where you are. I have a horrible feeling you're not even off the start ramp. I just don't want to lose this wheel for the moment. Inga Backman there, up in, I can see him, 9.9 watts per kilogram, 10.5 watts per kilogram. He's in the lead bunch, but I wonder if he's just trying to distance himself or maybe go for that individual lap record. Let's have another slight kick. Let's just get Craig back a bit quicker, I think. Bring him into this bunch. Then maybe we can do something about the other C's. If we're working together, saving a little bit of energy. Maybe if they get distance from the main B's and A's, we'll be able to do something. Darren's gone for it, 7.2 watts per kilogram. He's making a break. Craig Sharp now's up in the fours. Darren's just dropped on his wheel. I'm going to keep pushing just a little bit just to try and roll up behind them, which I should be able to do, especially if M Lyons comes past like that and I can grab hold of his wheel. There we go. Lovely. Thank you Thomas Horan from Team ODZ for the ride on. Always good to have you in our races, buddy. If it wasn't so complicated and time consuming to work out the points, I'd have liked to have done a guest league table as well, just for fun really. Okay, we're all back together. Craig, Darren, M Lyons and myself. I can see now Ricard, Padron Ricard and Padron have dropped off the back. Oh, Keith is there. Maybe I was getting a funny reading. Oh no, he's a lap down. Oh man. Oh, I got excited then, Keith. I thought you were right up at the sharp edge. But yeah, Padron and Ricard dropped about 30 seconds now off the lead group. So it's worth keeping an eye on their power levels. See if our little quartet can do anything about that as this race goes on. Cheers, Darren. Darren O'Crit Hunter. Thanks for the ride on, buddy. So Craig had made a bit of a gap again. And once again, we're able to roll back, helped by Darren using a draft boost to sort of slingshot past, and then we were able to grab onto him, which was helpful. It's warm today. On the subject of weather, my sincere thoughts and wishes go to everybody out in all the Caribbean islands, Cuba, Florida, anywhere else affected by the hurricane at the moment. My son is out there on holiday. He picked a hell of a 2 weeks to go to Florida. Thank you, Carlos Valadares, for taking the time to sort of keep me updated with what you can see from being a local resident and putting my mind at rest in certain areas. So thank you very much, buddy. And I really do wish you, your family, and everybody else out there stay safe, and that this passes and can be put behind you as quickly as possible. So that, who am I looking at? Keith D, I think that is, or is it Catherine? So Catherine and Keith, yeah, they've obviously, I think Keith had a problem. Catherine's dropped back and they're working together now. A lap behind the front group. Fair play. It's obviously more important things to worry about tomorrow. Excuse my dog. Thank you, Catherine, for the ride on. Thank you, Inga, for the ride on. I've been trying to fire some out, but I have to do it in quick spurts so that I don't lose my position within this group. Once again, it's Craig that's taking up the front. I have a kind of tactic in mind to beat Darren here, and it might well involve Craig. If Craig goes on another little push, depending on what Darren does, I might sit for a while, then really attack to try and bridge with Craig and see if I can form a little alliance with Craig Sharp and use us as a pairing to pull away from the other pairing of Darren Hunter and M Lyons. Sounds good in theory, doesn't it? I'd really like the idea of being able to pull Rikard Johansson and Padron de Gas back in. But they're faster than me even in a straight fight, let alone with a 2.5 minute lead. Hey, Sean. Hello, buddy. Thanks very much for the ride on. All right, Craig's 3 seconds. I'm going to try and bridge and work with him if I can. Come on, Craig, stay with me. Come on, Craig. Nearly there, my friend. Keith there is obviously having a good watch. Thank you, Keith, for the good attack message. Darren's starting to respond. Right, I've got Craig with me now. Come on, let's get this up to speed. Darren's on his own at the moment, it looks like. All right, M Lyons has kicked in, got himself back with Darren so they can work together. And in actual fact, no, M Lyons is up with us. Oh, I feel bad now. I was hoping Darren would have someone to work with. He's been hung out to dry a little bit here. And as bad as I feel, I'm going to have to try and take advantage. Sorry, buddy. It's these power rainbows that I'm using. You'll know when you get them, when you get your Elite Drivo. That's full of power rainbows. Thank you, Rand, for the ride on. Very good to see you. Now, Rikard and Padron still nearly 3 minutes up the road from me, so I'm relying on a catastrophic failure from them to have any chance. And stupidly, I've forgotten what the situation is points-wise with Rikard. I know he did me a favour by taking points from Jim Pocock last week, but did that mean that put him within striking zone of my 4th position? Darren's holding on in there, just 7 seconds back. And I'm going to have another sort of mini attack on this next little climb. I'm not sure what's happened to M Lyons, but he's now showing as 1 minute 12 further back. I didn't notice that. Must have had some kind of dropout. And there is Mr. Keith Denton. Hello, buddy. Okay, 7 to go. Come on, give me a nice aero or something. Come on. Not that, not that. Yeah. Hey, Dirk Gatsby. Hello, buddy. Thanks very much for the ride on. I haven't seen you on here, but I did see your name in the starting list on the mobile app, so maybe you are and I've just not come across you yet. I'll keep my eyes open. Great to see Keith here, keeping an eye on proceedings, but very respectfully, not interfering with regards to giving me any kind of draft or anything. So well played, Keith. You know what, I've not been keeping an eye on the lap times. I have no idea. It's looking like Brett at the moment, 5:19 for the Bs. I can't see, my fan's in the way. So I will go on the Strava anyway, unless it comes down to decimals again, as it did with the combined KOM from the last race. 0.6 seconds, 15 minutes worth of climbing on 2 hills, and it came down to 0.6 seconds between Catherine Denton and Brett Smith. Absolutely stunning stuff. Okay, M Lyons has popped back in right in front of Darren. So whatever problem he had, might have been a network connection, and it's sort of re-established itself. He's managed to get himself back in there with Darren, or he's just been on a mammoth surge of power to pull back that time, which is possible. Oh, Craig did a really good job up that climb. He's managed to get a couple of seconds on me now, and he's holding the power. I'm about to be lapped by what looks like the race leader, Hans Petter Summerson, or Inge Bachmann, he's there as well. All right, back with Craig, which is a relief. And there we go, there goes Thomas Horan, in fact, at the front. And here come all the main players. Keith's decided to go with those guys. Good on you, Keith. And in amongst that melee, I'm now just 9 seconds ahead of Darren. I wonder if he managed to latch onto that bunch a little bit, which is what I should have been doing if I'd been a bit sharper in mind. Speaking of sharp, I need to catch on to Craig Sharp. He's pulling away. Right, I'm grabbing hold of M Lyons as he comes past. I say I'm grabbing hold. I'm trying. Hey, Mr. Clog, ride leader for one of the biggest group rides on Zwift, I think, the pack rides. Thanks very much for the ride on, buddy. Good to see you. Back in with Craig Sharp and M Lyons. Whew. Try to get that heart rate down again. If this works and I manage to stay ahead of Darren all the way through this race, I think this will be the first time I've successfully deployed a tactic. Obviously, my tactic being that Craig jumped off 3 or 4 seconds up the road, and I waited a little bit and then attacked to join forces with him, which is what made the attack stick, I think, was being able to bridge over to another rider. So I'm sure I've tried things like that before and been horribly embarrassed by the outcome. I think this could be, certainly at the moment, looking like my most successful ever tactical decision. There's Joe Harvey just up the road as well. Great to see you, Joe. It's been a while, I think, since I've come across you on Zwift. M Lyons putting a bit of power in now, obviously keen not to let Craig get too far out of sight. He's now got 3 seconds on us again, Craig. He's clearly got the legs when he wants to push on. I will have a jump to the front in a moment, see what's going on there. From what I can see, it's still Brett Smith still sort of comfortably in that front group, and obviously with Keith and Catherine not really being able to push today, as long as Brett gets to the finish, that's looking like B category honours for him. And I'm waiting, I will be lapped very shortly by the C's, I'm sure. I'll be able to get a better view of that. It's looking to me like Dave Crook is at the front of the C's with Peter on his wheel. I'm not sure where Len is in relation to that. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, 5 done, 5 to go. I've got 40 seconds currently on Darren, but the next riders up for me are well over 3 minutes ahead, I think. So my focus is going to be just holding this position. I think it's Dave Crook now with the fastest lap time, incidentally. I think that's what I just saw there. So that's 5 bonus points if you can hang on to that in the C's. Craig's just telling me to sit in. I already was. Oh, of course, we've got Niall Simpson's there as well in the C's. Is he a threat to my 3rd position? I think he might be. Sorry, 4th position. I'm getting carried away there. Oh man, I really should have had this on a screen somewhere in front of me so I can keep an eye on everybody. Because Niall's in the front group. Sorry, in the front group of C's, that's for sure. Okay, I've got the second group coming up to lap me now. See if I can get in on it. Oh, I'm in this bunch. Oh, sod all chance of staying in it, I'd imagine. Craig managed to jump in with me, as did M Lyons. So I feel really bad for Darren now because I managed to latch onto a bunch that are like 10 strong. Oh, now I'm getting spat out the back. I've got to remember to try and flick forwards towards the end. Make sure we can catch whoever comes over the line first. I can't see. Oh yeah, I can. There's Len. He's oh man, Len's obviously had problems. It's looking like Brett's going to wrap up the B's, Peter's going to wrap up the C's. Can't say that anyone wouldn't deserve it. Been some seriously good criterions. Sorry, good performances. I've just seen a message. Brett 2. What does that mean? Does that mean Brett's had a problem? Ah, stop reading and get on with the riding. I'm dropping off again. Oh, I cannot get back into this group. Keith's still here. He goes cruising past me. Oh no, Brett's still there, still in the lead with Thomas Horan, Inga Backman. That's the lead group. So yeah, Brett still looks like he's got the B's. Len, like I say, I think he's about, I'm assuming that's the gap between, if that's the gap between me, and he's about 4 minutes off the front group of C's. Fastest lap time is still Dave Crook in the C's. I wonder if anyone will fancy having an attack at that. God, those front three are all attacking each other. All up into the 10 watts per kilogram. So obviously there's a race win as well as a league win up for grabs here. So I'm kind of just cruising around now because without wanting to be too presumptuous, I'm pretty safe in my position here. I'm not going to catch anyone in front, Rikard Johansson or Padron, and I think I'm reasonably safe from Darren. So let's have a look at what these other guys are doing. Here's Inga Backman, who is actually our race leader. Who's he with? What am I talking about? Thomas Horan, sorry. So Inga and Thomas both 41.5 kilometres into this, leading the race. And then 13 seconds back, we have Brett, who's leading for the league riders, with Len actually 4 and a bit kilometres further back, so just having been lapped by Brett, who's still packing in like 8.5, 9 watts per kilogram up those small ramps. Here is Len with Catherine, Rikard right on his wheel, and Padron. And here's Rikard Johansson now. I've got a sneaky feeling if he takes, well, what's his position looking like? Maybe 4th. Yeah, luckily the fast guys are picking up all the serious points up front, so luckily if Rikard beats me, it might still only be by a point or 2. And here is Darren, still grinding away. Good job, man. I tell you what I'm going to do. When Thomas Horan and Inga Bachmann get to me, I'm going to see how long I can hold on to them for. See if I can catapult myself towards my fastest lap of this race at least, even if it's not going to be up there with Dave Crook's 5:33. Let's get myself up this climb first. Well, they'll probably catch me on this climb in actual fact. I couldn't even get up to enough speed to stay with them as they came past. Alright, I'll try it with Brett when he comes. Oh, that was quite funny. Okay, so that's one tactic that hasn't worked. My biggest disappointment at the moment actually is that I lost concentration and got dumped off the group with Craig Sharp and the leaders of the Seas, albeit they're a lap ahead of me. Would have been nice to have been in that bunch, and then maybe I can race Craig for the line, but that's my biggest disappointment so far. I'm getting much more used to the power delivery of this Drivo, by the way. So if I do another FTP test during the week or something, if it's just as bad, then I have no excuses at all, because that isn't me getting used to the trainer. That's just me not having legs. So it's just a bit of a relaxed spin for me at the moment. Actually, do I need to be looking at the front guys now? They haven't finished, have they? Please don't say they've finished. That would be the most anti-climatic climax. Oh man, I think they've finished. I've missed. Oh my God, what a joke. Sorry guys, I think I've missed Brett coming over the line to win the B category. Alright, let's make sure I've got a view of Peter Wilson. There we go. No, I'm on Brian Roden, but it's part of the same group. Right, let's actually get Peter. Now look at that. Just to rub it in, Brett 5:19 on the on his last lap, and Summerson 5:25. So Brett takes the lap points as well. Stunning stuff. It's a good kick from Peter here. He's got an aero. He's timed it well. He's pushing on, leaving quite a few in his wake. Who is that just ahead of him there that he's chasing down? Ah, Niall Simpson. So Niall, right, Peter's managed to get past Niall. But Niall was well and truly on for the win in the Seas here. I've been completely ignoring you, buddy. Sorry about that. All right, let's get a view on Peter. Final stretch for him. Still 6.5 watts per kilogram. Coming up to the line. Awesome job, my man. As before, I'm going to have to flick away just as he hits that line so that I can stay within the event module. So there we go. Peter just crossed the line. Great job, buddy. Jay Little, great job. Who am I missing? I'm jumping around all over the place. I'm with M Lyons, and he is starting his final lap. Who else is on their final lap? Here we go. Here's Len and Padron just further up. Here we go, here comes the big push from these guys. 6 watts per kilogram, Padron at the front of the bunch here. And we've got Len Capel just behind him. And Rickard Johansson, third in line there, just using an aero. Nice time to have that aero if he's able to charge down. We've got Catherine just behind these guys, but she's a lap down. So forgive me, Catherine, for not paying you much attention at this point. It's looking like Padron's going to take this position. I'm trying to work out which position it is. Well, no, hang on a minute. Here we go. Here goes Rickard with that aero. Flying through. Great job. That's not good for me. Is he going to snatch my 4th position? He's through. Is that it? That is it. Great job, my man. Excellent stuff. Right, sorry everybody else, but I've got to get back to me because I've got one more lap to go after this, and I'm going to kind of attack it, try and get a fast-ish lap, see how that works out. So from what I can tell, we have our B champion, Brett Smith, and our C champion, Peter Wilson. Congratulations, guys. And also, Brett looks like he's taken the bonus for the Bs. And I'm trying to see over my fan. I'm thinking must surely be Dave Crook for the C's. I'll start winding myself up in a minute. Trying to attack this final lap. See what we got. Apologies that the filming and editing and commentating has been a bit patchy in this one. It's definitely harder when I'm racing to concentrate on others, obviously, but also the fact that it's a short circuit makes it slightly more confusing. All right, here we go. Let's go for a half decent lap time if we can. I can't talk. Brilliant win for Thomas Horan. Very closely followed by Inga. I don't know. A win in the league for Brett to crown, steal the B category crown. Fantastic effort, my friend. Fantastic. Well done. Hans, really good push. I have a feeling if we didn't have to juggle the categories around sort of mid-season, you'd have been pushing strong in that group as well. It's a great effort. Huge congratulations to Peter. Stunning effort again to win the C category race and take the C category crown. Absolutely superb. Well done, Jay Liddell, taking 6th in the race, and Niall Simpson, who gets 2nd in the C's. It was absolutely awesome performance. 3 watts per kilogram average, matching Peter. Absolutely superb. Just pipping Dave Crook by what looks like about 9 seconds. Dave, another one. I think it's about 1 o'clock in the morning for you, so chapeau, buddy, for riding in the first place and for putting in such a strong performance. Not just now, but throughout the season. Absolutely stunning. Brian Roden, brilliant job in the Bs. Some seriously stiff competition in that category, and I think had you managed to join a few more of the races, you'd have been mixing it at the front as well. So great job. Rickard Johansson, 3rd in the C's. Excellent job, and that could well be enough to put you further up the podium, further up the league chart as well, at my expense. Padron, new to the league, but not new to these races or new to any of us. Fantastic to have you racing with us, buddy. And I think is that your first finish since joining the league? And pick up points. Great job, my man. Len, unlucky fella, which just wasn't to be today. I know you've been under the weather, and I know you'd be the last person to use that as any kind of excuse, but I know you've been getting over the man flu that seems to have afflicted a lot of us. Great effort, stunning job in the lead. Took Peter all the way to the line, absolutely brilliant. Mr. N. Lyons, I managed to utilise you quite nicely for certain parts of this race. Great to have you here, buddy. Great job managing to clip Craig at the end. Both of you did an excellent job of hanging on in that groove that I got spat out of the back of. And like I said before, that's my biggest disappointment. I'd love to have been able to hold on into that and then be challenging you guys towards the end. But as is often the case for me, momentary lapse of concentration, and I'm back. So great, well done, Catherine. I know you're taking it easy today. Why can I not scroll down? I should be in there somewhere, surely. I know you're taking it easy today, but still, a really decent, strong workout. Best of luck tomorrow in the Great North Run. Am I naming that right? Is it the Great North Run? I think it is. Apologies if it's not. But best of luck for you and Keith in that. Darren, who will probably be coming over the line any second. I'm a little bit worried as to why I'm not showing in these results. I've definitely finished. Otherwise the results chart wouldn't be showing up at all. But that is a bit of a concern. Yeah, like I say, my main focus was Darren, keeping him behind me. There we go, Darren's come through. Yeah, I am not showing in these results. Now that is a worry. What is going on there? That's showing Darren as having beaten me. Yeah, a little bit concerned at the moment. I have video evidence, and I'm hoping that Strava will prove that I did finish what would probably be, I'm assuming, 16th, maybe 15th. I'm not sure where Catherine was in relation. She may have been ahead of me. Yeah, so my focus was on Darren, and from that point of view I managed to get my job done, but I am a little bit worried about Rickard and Niall in terms of points there, knocking me out of my place. Joe Harvey, great to have you along, buddy, and I can see you're just coming up to the line now, a couple of Ks out. Excellent to see you again. I'm hoping, obviously this is the end of our inaugural WKG League, but I will be getting the Winter League started soon, and I'm hoping that all of you will join me for that, and we'll try and entice a few more. I'm going to try and make it a little bit more structured this time, in as much as it will definitely be a pre-registration event, so we know exactly who's racing in our categories and how many we're expecting to turn up. We'll do a similar thing where however many races, only a percentage of those races will be your best performances basically will be counted towards the total. But I think another thing I'm going to throw in is that you have to have completed a certain number of races. Apologies for not mentioning the A category that much in these videos, but the main reason being is that we've only had a few A category riders, and they raced a few races, quite understandably, because there wasn't enough competition for them. So I don't blame them for not seeing it all the way through, because it would have been a bit of a walk in the park. But they only did a couple of races, so for that very reason, I think, for example, if we have a 15 race league and your 8 best results are what will count towards league points, then I think you need to have completed let's say, you have to have completed at least 7 races to even qualify. I think that's just a bit fairer on everybody that takes part. We're going to have a bit of a reshuffle with the point system as well to keep it more interesting for those that are like myself, that are finishing towards the back of the field all the time. So there's competition for the places further down the table. Actually, I didn't see what did I get in the end? That's telling me 6:58, so I think that wasn't even my fastest lap, that last one, so that was a waste of effort. But it's good to stretch the old legs anyway. All right, guys, I think that's everybody. Yeah, Joe, I think is just coming up now. Yeah, like I say, I'm a little bit concerned as to why I'm not on that leaderboard. Let's have a watch of Joe. Here we go. We'll watch Joe while I'm waffling on. I'm digging those socks, Joe. They look cool. They look a bit like the Rafa. Is it called the Rafa Data socks or something? In fact, I think they are. Oh no, they're a bit more of an Argyle sort of pattern, but liking those anyway. Thanks everybody who watched my FTP video, by the way. It does seem to be that was a source of amusement for quite a lot of you. And I'm over it now, so I can laugh at myself, but it wasn't especially amusing at the time. I will be having another go, as I mentioned. So for upcoming videos, FTP test number 2, track stand, which is the second in my series of bike handling skills, following on from my wheelie video. I will be doing a race up Box Hill, but with a difference, where I will be on my son's BMX and he will use either this or my Cervelo. We've got my next ride, actually, the next scheduled ride is the Zwift Academy, the Dimension Data Zwift Academy. I think it's the sprint ride on Monday morning, 10 past 10, quarter past 10 British summertime. So I was really touched to have been asked to be the ride leader for some of these rides. So that's the first one I'm scheduled to do. So it'd be great to have you along. I will vlog these as well. So please do jump in, try and get yourself a little bit of YouTube screen time, and just a really good workout. So that's the next scheduled video. But between now and then, I'm going to open up a thread within the forum, a kind of official Winter League ideas thread, where everybody can put their ideas forward. Obviously, I can't guarantee we're going to use all or any of them, but I am always open to suggestions on how we can improve this, maybe make it a little bit more competitive throughout the field, as I mentioned, make it a little bit easier to follow the progress in terms of me putting the points table together and all the rest of it. And even the race structure themselves. I have actually scribbled out 12 race ideas that I've got. Not sure which order they would go in yet, but I've pretty much got that down. And at the moment I'm thinking 12 races is possibly enough, but again, I'll put that open to discussion. Another key point actually, which is worth discussing, is whether everybody would prefer, put my teeth back in, would prefer our league races to be in a regular slot, as opposed to what we've done this season, which is mix it about in terms of the days and times. As I mentioned loads of times, the intention for that was to try and be as inclusive for different time zones as we possibly could. But I'm just wondering if there is a time and a day that suits most riders, if that would be preferable. It's difficult to find one with all the other races that are scheduled within Zwift at the moment, but that's open to discussion again. And yeah, so I will open that thread. Why does my bum look so big? I don't know who that is. Is that Joe saying that? He actually does look muscular, Joe, whereas mine's got a kind of a pear shape, my avatar. So if that is you, don't worry about it, buddy. And he is coming up to finish. Crits all over. Final league race, the WKG League number 1. There we go. Great job, my man. Excellent stuff. Right, I'm going to get off this saddle because I'm starting to ache. Okay, so yeah, please look out for that in the forum. What can I say? It's been absolutely incredible. I've genuinely loved every single second of it, even the ones where I've been in absolute agony, the ones where I've not been able to race because my trainer's not working or I've cramped up or whatever. But absolutely loved it. I love the participation by every single one of you. There's been no bitchiness, no problems at all. If there were any issues, they were dealt with in a respectful and a mature manner that I've just come accustomed to within WKG. There's not a single member that comes close to sort of letting the side down in terms of the spirit of the club, and it's just been an absolute pleasure. And I actually can't wait to get the Winter League started because I'm going to miss this over the next few weeks. But that is the final race. Huge congratulations to all our category winners. Obviously Carlos had already won the Ds with a few races to spare. Fantastic job, Carlos. Peter Wilson, our C category winner. Congratulations. I need to get your t-shirt sizes from you guys, including Brett Smith, B category winner. Fantastic. And do you know what? I feel terrible because I haven't even looked at it for a while. Like I say, because there's not been many A riders racing, but I think it's Matthew Ferguson. But apologies if not, I will double check that and we'll put something on the forum anyway. Thank you all so much for racing. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for all your support in the forum. And this is just the beginning, guys. We can really move this forward. We've got the World Championships coming up. We've got a really strong looking team. I had a lovely email last night actually from somebody whose name I won't mention because I'm not sure if it's been decided on their part yet. But he and his brother were both looking for a team, and through conversations he's had through Facebook posts and forums, our team was recommended, which I'm absolutely delighted by. I'm really touched by. So that's looking like two very strong additional riders to our team. So I am more than happy to take a back seat when it comes to the World Championships because I'm not really very representative of the power within WKG. So for the sake of the team, I would much rather take a position in the stands watching than let the side down. But we'll have new leagues, we'll have new individual races that I put together. I've actually got a slight refresh on the whole look of the team actually. I finalised a new logo just a couple of days ago, one I'd been tinkering with for a while. So I'm going to launch all of that along with the new Winter League, and we'll go from strength to strength, I'm sure. Anyway, I've got verbal diarrhea again, as is often the case, so I'm going to shut it. I'm going to let you all get on with the rest of your weekends. Guys, crits all over, eh? Brilliant. Catch you soon. Ciao.